Good afternoon. I thought it was morning still. Just wanted to show another deck. This is the Sheridan Douglas, which is pretty old, like early, says 1972 there. But I think it's been redone. If I remember correctly, I got this via Amazon UK, and it took forever with a newer version of the book, which I'll get to later. But first, I want to see, just for me, I guess, what it looks like with more light. It's a bright, sunny day, so let's see what it's like with some extra lights. Not so good so far. Plus, I have to wait a bit for the camera to adjust. Part of the reason I'm curious is I've figured out a way, with help from my son, how to record in 4K without it becoming so gigantic to upload. And I guess I could have streamed this live, but I didn't see the point. It always takes YouTube hours to process that. This way it's kind of processed. And at the end I'll show something else he showed me, where I can switch to another camera and this same little, whatever it's called, OBS software, the free stuff. But it's working pretty good so far. I've tried some other tests. It seemed okay. I'm hoping that red line doesn't show up in the recording. Let's see if I can get rid of that. I don't think so. I think it's just kind of there. There we go. That's better. Okay, so like I say, this is Sheridan Douglas. This is a box that comes in, and of course I don't care much for boxes, so off that goes. It doesn't really come with a little white book. There is a separate book, which I'll get to, but this is a little white and purple fold-out thingy, which folds out somehow. That's pretty much the same as a little white book. If I can get it apart. Wow. Okay, it really doesn't want to fold out. There we go. Major arcana, minor arcana, batons, cups, swords, coins, like always. Reversed meanings. A circle-y spread? What's that spread called? The circular spread. And then the mini spread down there at the bottom. I might have to investigate this circular spread. Have I done that before? Probably. But anyway, that's the How to Consult the Tarot little white book that came with it. Here is the Fool card. As you can see, these cards are very thick. That's the back. Not so exciting. Kind of doesn't really go with the fronts in that 70s sort of style, cartoonish. I don't know. But that's the Fool card. Butterfly. Always nice to see a butterfly. Interesting, the purple, use of purple for some reason. There's this totally blank card, but the back is printed. But these are very thick, highly laminated. I don't know how they keep doing that. I can't find this kind of style anywhere. But anyway, there's the Major Arcana with dust. That's okay. That's okay. Some of it just looks really familiar, as though this got stolen for another deck. And that probably does happen, right? I'm not going to cover them up this time. I'm just going to put it up there, and what shows, shows. I do like that dolphin, which is what? 3 of batons, 3 of wands. That's nice. That's nicely done. Sometimes they're very pip-like, right? You just see the objects. That's interesting. Here come the cups. Being through this, I didn't check to see if there were other reviews I could reference, but I think I remember what's his name? Stephen Bright, is that right? I think. And he talked more about, you know, how you see Rider-Waite myths, and as well as Marseille and all the different things that are going on. So you might want to watch that instead of this. I'm just showing them because I've tried to show everything I got. Here come the swords, as in all the decks I have, not everything I got. Huh. 3 of swords, that's interesting. Depiction. Ouch, no matter how you draw it. And here come the last suit, the coins. Almost dropped that. Let's see how it's looking over there. I think it's okay. See, that's just, these two are very familiar looking. I just can't think of what deck it was, and that's after going through my decks like twice recently, even though I haven't felt very well. And once or twice, I've probably said I never had any books before 2017 about tarot, and that's not true because obviously I had this book from somewhere. And I can tell I read it because I maul books. I read them like this. And you can hear it crack. And that's what year was that? I wrote down 1972, library sale in 2000. So I'm not sure when I got it. I wonder what that means. But anyway, I had a book before. Either way, I had a book before 2017. So sorry about that fib. And then, you know, not realizing I had that, I bought it again in a hardbound version, which oddly matches the exact same page numbers. That's pretty good. Different publisher. That's interesting that they pulled that off. And then when I got this deck, I got an updated version of the book because apparently one can't have enough books about this deck. And it's a very simple book. There's not much going on. There's an appendix. There's notes, which is good. There's a bibliography. That's good. And there's even an index. Holy moly. How about that? A tarot book with an index at the back. Okay, I'll stop complaining. So that was a quick show of the deck. And I can give an honorable mention to a book that I just kind of discovered on Amazon, like you do, called A Deck of Spells. It says it's hoodoo, but boy, is there a lot of Bible Belt kind of references in there. But it was an interesting book to read, so I'll put that off to the side. I try not to go on about books due to all that copyright nonsense. So now let's try to pull this off and try something new and exciting. I think I got to go to window capture. Oh yeah. So now we see if, I don't think it picks up my cursor. Maybe I have to turn off the background. No, I'm going to leave it going. And then we'll go over here, swing sideways to my journal. Take the mic with me. Am I too long? Nah, I'm like 8 minutes. And this image over here is on another camera. Apparently can have as many cameras as you want. I could even turn on the FaceTime one and show me, but I won't do that. Well, I'll spare you that. But it's kind of cool. I'm kind of into this. But anyway, what you see over here, notifications, go away. Get off of there. Let's go to Pano, Square. Let's get this to go away. No, not come up, you ding dong. Go away. Ah. Hang on. How annoying is that? Okay, we're back. I pulled it off. There's a little dragon candle. I haven't burned it yet. There's this lady on Amazon, I think, the lady that makes, it looks like they're simple molds, but they turn out pretty good. Plus, I like dragons. It's a beeswax, it says. I gotta quit moving around so much. This is not as good a camera on an iPad as it is the other camera that I showed the cards with. But I just wanted to quickly show some pages from the journal. I'm not sure, it goes back into February. There's my version of the, I forget his name, Toothless. How to Train Your Dragon. I didn't even know it was a new movie coming out, but it is, or it was. There's the next one, not so good. Here's my stupid idea for how to use the shed to show cards, a deck of cards, as I drive through. I may never do that. I probably run into the shed. And there's my dragon, which is more like a lizard. Hopefully I doubt it does, but hopefully the spots will show up. Let's try zooming. Just try all the features here. Oh yeah. Now maybe the little silver dots show up. I don't think so. It's probably better on the head. Nope, they don't. Oh well, let's try zooming out. That's kind of cool how that works. There's a delay. I guess they call that lag. And there's me trying to draw an expression I keep hearing in certain videos, like I think they're by Terrence McKenna. He keeps saying air clawing rave. I think he really meant to say rant, or maybe the word has changed since whenever he said that back in the 80s, 90s. And then that's my depiction of that expression, which I turned into a struggle, which I said something about, and then I show how I turn my initials into something blocky and then turn it up on its head, and then that could become my thing for art if I was an artist who put their initials on things, or signed it, I guess you say. I've been doing this melted person recently. I don't know what that's about. Anything more pleasing than lines on paper? I wrote ice cream and sex. Okay, those might be more pleasing than lines on paper. Here's some more journal playing with the camera. Here's another attempt at air clawing rage. Let's try that zoom in thing, because I kind of like that. Whoa, maybe out a little. Am I going too long? I think so. My rainbow shag carpet, that's a machine elf right there. I think those occur a lot in his videos too. Zoom out. And there's today's drawing, which for some reason popped into my head. It's a photo my grandmother had. When I looked it up, it was somebody, Sylvia Paleo, France. I don't know that that's all true. Bunch of Moby Dick quotes stuck in my head, and yesterday I had some Cadbury mini eggs. So with that, can I do a piece here? I think I can. The wrong hand. With that, there it's focus. I will say peace.